everybody! Welcome back to Cooking with Casey. Today we are going to be making, you can see it here and here, confetti bark. Now this is something that I was really excited to make because all you need is 2 ingredients, just 2. So what we have is, we have some honey Greek yogurt. You can use any kind of Greek yogurt that you want to use, but we suggest Greek yogurt, so if you want to just use vanilla or regular, whatever you want to do, you can do. We also want to use some Fruity Pebbles or some kind of really colorful cereal. I like Fruity Pebbles, I think they're yummy and they're just easier to sprinkle on things, so that's why I use this one, but you can use whatever colorful cereal you guys would like. So here's how we are going to make this really yummy dessert. Put that over here. So I have a little pan with some parchment paper in it. You guys can use whatever size pan you want to use. If you wanted to, you could probably even use like a deep set cookie sheet, but I like to use a pan that's about this size primarily because you will have to freeze this. And I wanted it to be something small enough to fit in the freezer. So if your cookie sheet's too big to fit in the freezer, then maybe don't use that. Try to use something that's a little bit smaller in size. So we're going to take our Greek yogurt and I am only gonna scoop out about, I might end up using most of this, but we don't want it to be too thick. You can kind of see these pieces here. These are about right. I would say, you know, you don't want it too thin, but if you make it much thicker than that, it's gonna be very hard to cut through. Okay, so I'm just going to pour this in here like that. And I am going to just try to spread it out. And again, you can always add more if you need to. I am not worrying too much about forcing it to go all the way to the edges. The parchment paper kind of forms the shape for me here, which is really nice. All right, very easy, not hard at all. Then, that's good. We're gonna take our cereal and we are not using any kind of measuring cups. We're not doing anything fancy. We are just going to sprinkle this. So we are going to have a fun sprinkle time. And we just want to make sure that it's all evenly distributed. I have a couple spots that could use a little bit more. There you go. Maybe a little bit more on this edge. Right there, right there. So now that I've sprinkled all my cereal on here, what we're gonna do next is we are just gonna put this in the freezer. I would suggest at least 4 hours. Just 4, and then anything after that's totally fine, but at least 4 hours to make sure that it is completely frozen through. If you take it out before then and you try to cut into it, it might be mushy still, so try to wait those 4 hours. It's really not hard if you guys make this, you know, early in the morning or midday. You guys could easily have this as an afternoon snack. So I'm gonna put that one in the freezer in just a little bit. And then when it's done, here's a couple that I've already got done. This is a big knife. Please let your parents use a big knife. If you don't want to use a big knife, I'm sure you could get kind of creative with trying to find ways to just break it apart. But if it's too thick, it'll be too hard to do that. Okay. So this doesn't have to look any certain way. You can make it whatever shape or size that you want it to be, which is the fun part. It doesn't have to be exact. And there you have it. You have some really yummy, delicious snacks. I will say, because this is yogurt, your hands might get a little sticky when you eat it. So please make sure you wash your hands before and afterwards, since this is a finger food. But I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you use a different kind of cereal, I want to see it. If you guys decide to make this, show me some pictures, because I love seeing you guys make these snacks. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye, everybody. That's good.